Shalom. First and foremost, call Allah Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well as well as teach well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And pretty much in this video, is gonna be based around Second Chronicles 15 and verse 13. All right, as you see here on the screen, highlighted in red. All right, this is Second Chronicles chapter 15, verse 13. That whosoever would not seek the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. All right, and that's pretty much, the theme of the times that we're in right now more than ever. Okay, if you're an Israelite, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, and you're looking out of this world at all the craziness and the confusion, all right, and the corruption that's going on in this world, all right, as things are getting drastically worse and worse. Pretty much, if you're not seeking the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai at this point, okay, and especially if you're not seeking the Lord, okay, of course, through his men, through his prophets, and his apostles and teachers, all right, if you're not seeking the Lord in these latter days, especially for the purpose of, wanting this society to continue, wanting this wicked system of rulership to continue on the earth, then ultimately you need to be put to, all right, as it just read, okay, you need this judgment to befall upon you, all right, because looking at the direction that this world is going in via this beast system, this wicked rulership that's ruling over the earth, all right, via Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, look at the direction this world is going, okay, the order of man and woman is corrupted is just totally corrupted at an all-time high. Food is corrupted at an all-time high. Nature itself, the water, the air that we breathe, okay, the leaders of this world, especially the leaders here in Babylon, the Great America, have gone mad, okay, just absolutely incompetent, okay, incapable, through. They're never transparent with the people. They're always lying to the people, okay, giving out billions and billions of dollars to countries, other countries around the world, okay, Ukraine, in the state of Israel. Meanwhile, you have people in this country, America, Babylon the Great, that are struggling, catching hell, all right, especially the victims of the last two major hurricanes to hit this place, okay, Hurricane Helene, all right, out there in the Carolinas, and Hurricane Milton that recently hit Florida. Okay, you still have people right now that's still suffering, from those hurricanes. Okay, they've lost their homes, they've lost everything that they had. Okay, and meanwhile, the leaders of this country, okay, have been giving away billions, still are giving away billions of dollars to different countries around the world instead of helping their own people. Okay, so if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and you're still, wondering after this beast system, okay, and you still, believing in voting and all this other stuff, still wanting the society to continue instead of seeking Yahweh Shema Shai and repenting and converting and seeking the kingdom of heaven to be established on the earth, then you need to be put to death, okay, because, believing in a system, you're basically, you're basically putting your trust in death. All right. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23. It says, "For the Most High God Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity." Okay, and that's primarily talking about the Israelite man. All right, the Lord created the Israelite man through his begotten son Yahweh Shai to ultimately be the immortals on the earth, the gods on the earth. Okay, and he created us to be in the image of his own eternity via what? Giving us the laws, the commandments, the statutes, All right, the wisdom, the knowledge, the instruction of the scriptures. All right, and right now, okay, in this time, the elect are the ones of our people that's being brought into immortality and being formed into the image of Yahweh Shemal Shai more and more in these latter days. Okay, via this grace period, via the Holy Spirit. Okay, through renewing our minds and making our bodies a living sacrifice. Okay, but ultimately the Lord created the Israelite man to be the immortals on the earth and to be formed in the image of his own eternity via the law, the giving of the laws and the commandments. So it says, verse 24, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the earth, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Yep. And that goes all the way back to the serpent in the garden, okay, which was not an actual snake, slithering around on the ground. All right, no, that serpent in the garden in Genesis was a man or a nation of people, okay, and in which we see that the spirit of the serpent in Esau Edom to this very day, as the scriptures tells us that old serpent will be in power all over again in these outer days. All right, Revelation 12 verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, and that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Okay, and that old serpent called the devil and Satan is referring to Esau Edom. All right, it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan himself. All right, no. Okay, it's talking about Esau Edom. Okay, who rules over the earth. Okay, in the spirit of the serpent. All right, which when you go to the serpent in the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter. All right, Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, Eve, Yea, hath Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Okay, and as our apostles and elders always bring out, when you go into this word serpent here in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, all right, Strong's H5175, Nachash, and it says serpent, snake, but then when you go to the root word, Strong's H5172, Nachash, it means what? To practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience. Okay, then it goes into fortune telling, practicing divination. All right. Down in the Strong's definition, it goes into to whisper a magic spell. All right. Generally to prognosticate, which basically prognosticate goes into stargazing and looking at particular signs in the heavens. Okay, to make certain decisions on the earth. All right, which the elites of Esau Edom are all into that. Okay, it's why it speaks of in Isaiah 47. Roughly paraphrasing, stand now with thine enchantments. All right, all the prognosticators of this place, America, Babylon the Great, they all pretty much cast down. As you read in Isaiah the 47th chapter. All right, because what? Esau Edom, he rules over Babylon the Great, America, and as well the rest of this beast system, the America, NATO, and the EU, and over the whole world in general after the spirit of the serpent. Okay, prognosticating, using divination, enchantments, all right, witchcraft, all right. And that's what that serpent was in the garden. It was basically a witch, all right, a man or a nation of people that pretty much dealt with the left hand side at that time, okay, during the time of Adam, all right. And so when we go back to Wisdom of Solomon 2:24 again, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, all right. And real quick, going back to Genesis 3, all right, pretty much when you go into the story of, when the serpent deceived Eve and then eventually Adam got caught up into all the madness, all right, death came upon the chosen lineage of Yahweh Shemal Shai. which at that time was Adam and the sons of God. All right, and that same curse of death that was put upon Adam and the sons of God. All right, it's on us Israelites even to this very day. All right, so Second Ezra chapter 3 verse 4. O Lord, who bears rule, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people. It says, verse 5, and gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. Okay, and as it's going to continue reading, it's going to tell you what that breath of life was that was breathed into Adam. Verse 6, and thou leadest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. All right, verse 7, and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way. You see that? So that was the breath of life that the Lord breathed into Adam. The laws, the commandments, the instruction, the wisdom, okay, the Hebrew, all right, the understanding of how to be a high priest on the earth, the understanding of what's clean and unclean, and how to offer up sacrifices, okay, the understanding of how to be a father, how to be a husband, all right, how to take care of the earth, okay. But it says, which he transgressed. Okay, he transgressed. And how did Adam transgress? By listening to Eve, who was in a transgression first, as it says as the Apostle Paul states in Timothy's, okay, which Eve transgressed by doing what? Listening to the serpent. Okay, taking on the philosophies and the witchcraft of the serpent. Okay, and it says, which he transgressed, and immediately, all right, immediately thou appointedest death in him and in his generations, which is generations talking about who? Adam's descendants through Seth, all the way down to Noah, down to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, down to the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, even to this very day. It says, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number, okay? So the same curse that was put upon Adam through transgression, which is, the curse of death, being subject to death and being subject to sin. All right. That's, and, of course, that all came through the deception of the serpent. All right. Well, now that old serpent is in power all over again, Esau, Edom, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. All right. That Satan like man, the one who will come to do the bidding of Satan. All right. Esau, Edom is pushing what throughout the earth in these latter days? All right, enchantments, death, witchcraft, okay, anti-Yahweh, anti-Yahweh Shai energy throughout the earth, okay, which is why Esau's called the man of sin, okay. His whole entire MO is to promote nothing but wickedness and sin throughout the earth, all right. That's why Esau's called in Malachi 1:4 the border of wickedness, all right. And so, here in these latter days, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, okay, and you're not seeking the Lord in these latter days through his men, through his prophets, his apostles, and his teachers, okay, but instead, you want to wander after this beast system, you want to wander after the ways of the serpent, Esau, Edom, okay, and ultimately, end up taking a charagma, then hey, you're most certainly going to be put to death, and rightfully so, all right, as this world is turned left, as nature is being destroyed more and more every day on the Esau system, as the relationship between man and woman is being destroyed each and every day under this man system. Okay, food is defiled. All right. He basically through his pseudoscience technology, he wants to root truth out of the earth. He wants to root the belief in a God out of the earth. Because what? He wants to basically control the minds and ultimately the souls of the people to look at his way as truth in the earth, to look at his way as righteousness on the earth, and to ultimately look at him as God. You see, and that was pretty much the spirit that the serpent came in 2,000 years ago, not 2,000 years ago, but back in the garden. That's how he how the serpent deceived Eve by basically showing her a way, deceiving her and showing her a way that was, outside of the ways of the Heavenly Father, to make her believe that there was a way to live on the earth that's better than the Lord's way. Okay, a way that will make her a god on the earth. All right, but we see the results of it. Okay, it made ultimately the Adam and the chosen seed, anything but gods on the earth, because it brought death upon us. As a matter of fact, as it says in Psalms 82 and 6, it says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. This is talking about Israelites. All right. The all is talking about the Israelites. All right. Not all nations, not all mankind. Okay. But it says, verse 7, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. All right. And that curse befell Adam. Okay. The Lord appointed death in him and his generations due to his transgression. All right. And from the time of Adam up until even to this very point, all right, this very day and age, okay, we're dying in these streets. We Israelites, that is, we're dying and we're falling, okay, falling short of the glory of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know. But hey, guess what? Through the sacrifice and the ministry of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai being the firstborn from the dead, overcoming death. All right, now the elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel are overcoming death. All right, and no longer fallen, but are risen. Okay, in Yahweh Shema Shai via the Holy Spirit. You see, and hey, we the hopeful elect, we're seeking Yahweh Shema Shai to get the victory over death. Okay, to get the victory over this beast system, his image and his mark, and to get the victory over Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations. All right, but especially primarily Esau, Edom. Okay, he was all about death. All right, like it tells you in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. He is as death and can never be satisfied. Roughly paraphrasing it. Okay. Esau, Edom is the one pushing death throughout the earth. Okay, and we the hopeful elect, we seek we seek Yahweh Shema Shai to overcome all of his wickedness and his witchcraft and his sorcery that brings forth nothing but death on the earth. All right, and so if you're an Israelite, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, if you're looking in this world and you're still not seeking a higher power in this day and age, especially if you're not seeking Yahweh Shema Shai in this day and age, as this word has gone out throughout the four corners of the earth, then hey, you rightfully so deserve death. Okay, because anything, all right, let's get that in Proverbs. Anything outside of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, brings forth nothing but death. All right. Proverbs chapter 8, and I'm going to start at 34. It's set, start at 35. It's like it. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 32. Okay. Proverbs 8, verse 32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Okay. 33. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. All right. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Yeah, and that's what the prophets and the men of the Lord have been set up to do in these outer days. Okay, instruct our people to come back to Yahweh Shema Shai. This is the way, walk ye in it. Okay? Forsake all your idols, forsake all your beliefs and your vain opinions of this world. Okay? And come to the belief in Yahweh Shema Shai. Repent and be converted. So that what? So that you can be blessed. It says, verse 34, blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. Yeah, and in this current age, watching daily at the gates, waiting at the post of the doors, is likened to, pretty much, watching the videos, staying up to date on the videos, listening, learning, being edified, okay, coming out to the camps, listening to the camps, all right, getting edified, okay. Those of our people that's doing that right now, watching the videos, coming out to the camp, supporting the men of the Lord and getting edified, hey, you're going to be blessed, okay, because more than likely that means you're a part of the hopeful elect, okay, that's going to, that's chosen in these latter days to overcome death. You see, verse 35, for whoso findeth me findeth life. You see that? So whoso findeth Yahweh Shema Shai findeth life. Okay, and in order to find Yahweh Shema Shai, you must seek him. You see, seek the Lord while he may be found. Okay, because hey, as we see Esau Edom getting ready to make particular moves to root truth out of the earth and take truth out of the internet, all in the name of fighting so-called misinformation, right? We know prophetically, according to the scriptures, that that's going to bring forth the famine of the word. Okay, so seek the Lord while he may be found. Okay, and when you find the Lord, then hey, you're literally finding life. You're finding out the ways and instruction to overcome death, right? So it says again, Proverbs 8 verse 35, for whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, verse 36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. Yeah, so when you sin against the Lord, especially in this case, if you're not seeking the Lord in these other days, then hey, you're not hurting Yahweh Shemel Shai. You're only hurting yourself. Okay, you're only wronging your own soul. All right, you know, because if you're putting your soul, like they say, your heart and soul into anything else in this earth outside of Yahweh Shema Shai, especially if you're putting your heart and soul into this beast system ran by Esau Edom, okay, hey, then your mindset is going to lead to you taking that charagma, okay, which, hey, when you take that charagma, all right, before I finish off that Proverbs 8, when you take that charagma, according to Isaiah the 28th chapter, that's like unto you making a covenant with death. You see, Isaiah 28, Isaiah 28 and 15. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, which what is the overflowing scourge? The missiles. It says, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Yeah, and that's basically the message that you're going to be saying to the Lord if you take that charagma and choose death. Okay, you've chosen to make lies your refuge instead of making Yahweh Shema Shai your refuge, and you chose to hide yourself under falsehood, under the ways of Esau Edom, instead of hiding yourself in the shadow of the Almighty, which is this truth, this gospel of Yahweh Shema Shai. Hey, so that's going to be likened unto you making a covenant with death. You see, making a covenant with the serpent all over again. Okay, choosing death rather than choosing life. All right. So when we go back to Proverbs 8 and 36 again, but he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. See that? So if you hate Yahweh Shema Shai in these outer days, if you're not seeking Yahweh Shema Shai in these outer days, then hey, you're on a path to death. Okay, you're on a way. Okay, brought like the Yahweh Shai said in the Gospels, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Okay, if you're seeking anything in this earth in these outer days outside of the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai to comfort you, then you're basically seeking those broad ways that Yahweh Shai spoke of, which are ways that lead to death. Okay, it leads to you being linked with Esau Edom's beast system in some way, shape, or form. Is you know is gonna put you in a mindset that's gonna have you taking a charagma. Okay, and that's a mindset that's gonna have you making a covenant with death. Okay, which is going to lead to you being destroyed. Okay, you're going to receive exactly what you're looking for, death, if you're not looking for Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. All right. So Second Chronicles 15 verse 13, one more time, that whosoever would not seek the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Okay, and as a matter of fact, let me get Ezekiel 9 and 4 and close it out here. All right, Ezekiel 9 verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem, symbolic of the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. All right, Jerusalem is the name of a people before it became the name of a place. All right. So when it says go through the midst of Jerusalem, basically meaning go through the midst of the Israelites, all right, and do what? And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, okay? And of course, that mark going into what? The Wa, which means what? An exemption from judgment, okay? An exemption from death, ultimately. Because what? We, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, those of us that sighing and crying against all these abominable things being done in the earth, sighing and crying against all this pseudoscience and technology that's promoted in the earth, sighing and crying against all this wickedness and anti-Messiah energy going forth throughout the earth, okay? Sighing and crying against all the hypocrisy by Esau, Edom, all right? Because we're sighing and crying, Lord will not be of that number of the elect. We're the ones that's going to be marked with that Dawah, that exemption from judgment, that exemption from death, okay? And it says, verse 5, and to the others he said, who are the others? Those of our people that's not sighing and crying, okay? Those of our people that's not seeking the Lord, you see? But instead wondering after the ways of this beast system that's going to ultimately take their charagma. It says, verse 5 again, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him throughout the city and smite. Okay, smite meaning what? Bring judgment upon that person. Okay, bring forth that grievous sore upon him. All right, and ultimately bring forth death upon him. It says, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. All right, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay, so whether you're a man or woman, okay, maid or little children, old or young, amongst the nation of Israel, if you're not seeking the Lord, especially in these other times while he may be found, okay, you're gonna receive death, point blank, period. Okay, so so that's pretty much all I had on that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And until next time, shalom.